that I feel still photography has a tremendous amount of power, but it requires a lot of work. It requires a level of concentration and analysis that I'm afraid we're losing that ability to do that. Not just our kids. I think that there's like a rewiring of our brains that are going on because of digital revolution. I don't know about you, but I feel that. I find it hard to read a whole newspaper article without having to stop and check my cell phone or something, take a break. So, and I think with the new generations, it's I mean, that's how they're being wired from the get-go. So, that impacts, I think, people's ability to absorb still photography, because it takes work. It's not like video where it washes over you. So I'm very interested in this nexus, this intersection of still imagery, moving imagery, and sound to tell very powerful and important stories about issues that I'm passionate about. You know, and so there's definitely a place for photography, and I do think that even though it might be harder to capture people's attention with a still photograph, when you do, they get a lot out of it. You know, I think this gets down to education too, including about oil, the subject that our books are about. That it is so important to get this stuff into high schools and universities to teach our young people what are the implications of oil. That do you understand? Do you understand that the place that your electricity comes from, those kids don't have running water and they don't have electricity. But meanwhile, this commodity is coming out from the ground that they live in and their grandparents own, you know, and that it's not okay anymore to say that's their problem. It's just not okay anymore because this is unsustainable. Maybe we'll live out our lifetimes in this myth, but at some point this is going to collapse.
Yeah, there's some of you, what's it called? The History of Stuff. There's this very viral video that's gone out. I think it's called The History of Stuff. Some people are nodding their heads here. I think I've got the right name for it. But anyways, the story of stuff. And it's a multimedia video. It's animation, kind of about, you know, basically kind of energy consumption and what it goes towards and how wasteful we are and the damage that it's causing. And it's aimed at kind of a high school audience, and it's just gotten a huge amount of hits all over the world, particularly in this country. And it's this kind of thing, you know, oriented towards maybe a slightly younger audience. And so, like, one of the things that I'm working on now, I'm kind of taking a little break after this book's just come out, but one of the things I'm supposed to be doing is working with Magnum in Motion, which is the kind of multimedia arm of Magnum, the photo agency, and doing a multimedia presentation with them about oil. They've got this amazing archive of photographs, 70 years, the best photographers in the world. And so we're going to try to figure out, like, okay, thematically, how should we be organized, what pictures should be used, what text should be used, you know, what sounds, audio should be used. And if we do it right, you know, like you did it, you know, it can have a much bigger impact than this book here, which, you know, maybe 25 or 50,000 people will buy in hardcover if I'm lucky. But, you know, a video that is done really well, that catches on, wow. You know.
Yeah, but on the other hand, a book like yours, where you bring to life real characters and you show the nuances of the relationships, is invaluable. You know, it's sort of, again, it's like media literacy. You don't just rely on one source to get your information. You need a variety of sources to put together a composite picture of what is really going on. And it's critical to have this kind of level of reporting and scholarship and analysis. And, you know, the characters, people love characters.
But it all fits together because, like, there are about 25 photos in this book. Some of them are Ed's. And so one way that this book can operate is people see these photos, it's like, wow, I want to see more. And they go to Ed's site or whatever, and they look at that. Hopefully. You know, or they look at Ed's photos and they say, I want to know more, and they go to a book or whatever. And like in my book, all this resource crew stuff that like I had in the first couple of chapters that my wife told me were like dull and had to be destroyed. I've got footnotes in the back of the book, so people want to know more, because this is just narrative, and it's not the statistics, it's not the detail, it's not the academic theories. There are footnotes in the back with information for people who want to go deeper. So all of these things are you know, work together incredibly well when done as well as you can.
You know, like, there was an exciting, when you talk about the power of photographs, University of Michigan, Ann Arbor, they made my book mandatory reading for all their African studies majors and their history majors. And so one of the history professors gave an assignment to her students to pick 3 pictures from the book and write essays about it. And I mean, for me, that was like better than getting published in the National Geographic. It was so exciting. And then one of the students got an internship at this some website that does environmental reporting, and then ultimately interviewed me. And you know, there's this way, especially today with the internet and with all of these blogs and all of this viral way that information is passed on, that it's very exciting, and you know, it's just a different paradigm. It's not from the top down anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's fantastic. Anyways, this has been fantastic.
Thank
I want to thank all of you for coming to the show.
Maass and at Kashi and Instagram and sign books and answer any other questions you have. Upcoming events, strandbooks.com. Thank you all for coming tonight.